TLC tonight. I guess TLC was okay, to say the least anyway. I mean, let's be honest. We only had 2 matches that stole the show. Everything else on the show, wasn't really too good. So, I got your TLC 2020 results. I got a little bit of Royal Rumble news, and I got a little bit of Smackdown news. We're going to go over all that, plus more, right here on my Ingram Wrestling News YouTube channel. Okay, enough of that already. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Brennan, and I am here live with your WWE 2020 TLC review. So, before I get started here, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button and turn on that bell for all notifications. Also, follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling. Follow me on Twitch at Ingram Wrestling News. The same as my YouTube channel name. The same as my Twitter name too. But really my Twitter hashtag name, not hashtag, but my Twitter is at Ingram Wrestling, but my Twitch and YouTube name is Ingram Wrestling News. You get what I'm saying? So follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling. Follow me on Twitch and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I am dangerously getting close to 200 subscribers. So please help me get up there. If we can get up to 200 subscribers, man, maybe I'll think about doing something special, man. Maybe I'll think about doing a special bonus video or some shit like that. You know? So. Folks, I'm not going to start off with the kickoff show. I'm going to skip the kickoff show because I'm pretty sure the kickoff was a waste of everybody's time anyway. Who wants to watch a fucking 6-man tag team match? Who would really want to watch a 6-man tag team match at a TLC? That first hour during the kickoff show was a waste of everybody's time watching it. I don't even know why I would want to watch something like that. Who is invested in watching an 8-man tag team match? Are you fucking serious with this, Vince and Bruce? Really? Do you think anybody would want to watch a 6-man tag team match during the kickoff show? Absolutely not. I mean, glad to see Chad Gable being used on television tonight, but that 8-man tag team match was just a waste of time, man. So I'm not going to go over that. We're going to get right to the actual TLC show. So, TLC. TLC kicks off with Drew McIntyre versus AJ Styles. So we got the match getting underway after Drew kicked his coat at AJ, who caught it and threw it away. Styles runs across the ring and drop kicks the shin of the champion, then backs him into the corner and tries to work over the leg. And McIntyre eventually grabs and throws AJ across the ring. McIntyre shouts at Omos before and chops him in the chest, knocking him to the floor. So then Drew goes out and sets a table up at ringside, then tries to put him on it, but Styles fights back. Drew grabs AJ and drops him on the barricade, then tosses him over a setup table with chairs on top of it. So then McIntyre takes a look at the title, then grabs a ladder and heads inside. So then, once he headed inside, after he took a look at the title and headed inside, he heads inside, and Drew McIntyre starts scaling, but AJ Styles hits him with the chair in the leg. I almost lost my thought on where I read for a minute. Styles hits him again. Then Drew grabs him and tries to catapult him, but AJ grabs a hold of the ladder and tries to climb up. McIntyre pulls him off and looks for a powerbomb, but this time Drew catapults AJ into a chair wedged between the turnbuckles. McIntyre starts climbing the ladder, but again AJ hits him with the chair in the leg. Styles throws Drew into the ladder, then grabs the ladder and slams it into his face. AJ lifts McIntyre and hits an enziguri, then looks to hit a Styles clash, but McIntyre counters with a future shot DDT. McIntyre gingerly gets up on the leg, then lifts the ladder and tries to throw it onto AJ, but Styles rolls out of the way. He rolls out of the way and kicks his knee. AJ wraps Drew's leg around a ladder and applies the calf crusher for a full minute. AJ goes back to the chair and hits Drew with it a few times in the back. Styles applies a calf crusher again, this time using the chair to inflict damage. McIntyre manages to kick AJ into a ladder and tries to get to his feet. They struggle for control of a ladder, and AJ runs out of the ring to drag McIntyre under the ring, or under the ropes, whatever, and slam his leg into the ring post. Styles runs the end of a ladder into Drew's face, then sets up a table and sets on a chair. Styles puts Drew on the table, then climbs to the top rope, but Drew jumps up and throws a chair into his face. McIntyre tosses the table inside the ring, but Styles shoves the table into his knee. AJ runs at Drew, but gets thrown overhead into a ladder. Styles rolls to the apron and manages to hit a phenomenal forearm, and both men are down. Styles slowly sets up a ladder and starts climbing. By the way, this was one of the matches that, in my opinion, that stole the show. This was a really good match. Styles gets a fingertip to the belt, but Drew returns and yanks him down. McIntyre throws AJ with a military press out of the ring through a table. Drew climbs the ladder, but suddenly The Miz and John Morrison run down. Oh God, Miz and Morrison, Hey, no, please, get off my TV. I don't want to see you guys. Get off. Get off of it. You guys have already ruined the Raw viewership enough. Don't ruin the Raw viewership again. Please don't have Monday Night Raw start off with Miz TV again. Please, WWE. We don't need it. Please. It's already gotten boring enough. It's already getting worse that Miz and Morrison keeps interfering in matches every fucking week. And their shows every week. Their Miz TV shows. Their Miz TV shows are complete garbage. And their dirt sheet shows are complete garbage too. I'm tired of seeing that on my TV. Miz and Morrison run down. And the Miz grabs McIntyre and powerbombs him through a table. Then Morrison hands over the briefcase. It's official. This is now a triple threat, including Miz. Oh, God. Why did they have the match? Why did they have to add Miz to this match? Why? Why, Bruce? Why? Why did you have to add him to this match? Oh my God. I wish they would get rid of that fucking briefcase, man. They're acting like the fucking Money in the Bank briefcase is important when clearly it's not. What a fucking buffoon Bruce is, man. Seriously. What a fucking buffoon Bruce and Vince are. They are a bunch of fucking idiot buffoons, man. Seriously. Clowns. The Miz starts climbing the ladder. All smiles, but Omos gets into the ring and lifts Miz off. He holds Miz like a baby and throws him over the ropes through a table. Morrison hits Omos with a chair from behind and the chair breaks. Moose, I don't know why they call him a Moose. Why didn't they just call him Jordan? I don't get it. Why did they have to change his name? Why? Are you fucking serious with this shit, Bruce? Because I know he had to be the one that changed his name. And I know it had to be fucking creative or management that changed his name. Jesus Christ. They all need to be removed, man, from WWE. Moose doesn't even flinch, but goes after Morrison, who leaves the ring and backs his way up the ramp. Meanwhile, all three men in the match are down. AJ returns to the ring and repositions the ladder, trading shots until the Miz gets inside and sets up a ladder next to the other. Miz climbs, but McIntyre gets up on the other side. Or actually, not the other side, but Miz climbs up as McIntyre knocks Styles off. I'm sure you understand what I'm trying to say, right? I hope you all that's watching get what I'm saying. Sometimes I get my stuff mixed up. Sometimes it happens. Everybody gets their stuff mixed up. Everybody correct stuff when they read. You know, it happens. It happens. I'm pretty sure you all have started to see that a little bit when I read. But anyways, Miz claws at the belt, but McIntyre shoves him off. McIntyre grabs the belt, but AJ springboards onto the ladder and punches him. Miz pulls McIntyre down, then climbs up and trades shots with AJ. Drew then uses the second ladder to push both Styles and Miz off. Now, I wonder how that felt, pushing Styles and Miz off. You know that's what led to his victory, right? I just hope y'all realize that. McIntyre hits Miz with a Claymore, then climbs the ladder on one foot and retrieves his title. See? Told you. Told you that's what led to his victory. I was right. So I knew Drew McIntyre was going to win just by him pushing them off the ladder. It was a good match. But why did you have to add Miz to the match? Why did you have to add Miz to the match to ruin the match, the clash that AJ and Drew McIntyre had against each other, man? Why did you have to ruin this match, this title match? Oh, because Bruce wanted to write Miz on TV, right? Is that what? He wanted to write Miz on TV, right? Just so he could ruin the match between Drew McIntyre and AJ Styles. Oh, I get it, Bruce, you fucking geek. Oh my god, I wish you'd get fired, man. I can't stand you, man. Fire, hashtag fire Bruce. That fucking buffoon, as Frieza calls Goku and Vegeta. Jesus Christ, man. I didn't know I was a Dragon Ball Z fan, didn't y'all? That's because you never watch my Xenoverse 2 videos that I still have on my channel. If you go to my Xenoverse 2 playlist, you'll actually see that there's videos on there. And that'll show y'all proof that I'm actually a Dragon Ball Z fan. Not only am I a Dragon Ball Z and Dragon Ball Super fan, but I'm a Naruto fan too. But anyways, good match between AJ Styles and Drew McIntyre. This was a clash for the ages for sure. I was impressed with McIntyre the most. Just because of what he did. He was smart enough to push AJ and Miz off the ladder to hit Miz with the Claymore and win. That was smart. AJ Styles, on the other hand, he just basically took control of the match. Drew McIntyre, I felt like, was taking most of the control, though. I gotta give WWE credit for making it exciting. But if anyone thought that McIntyre was losing, you are out of your fucking mind. To those of you who think that McIntyre losing, you gotta be a bunch of fucking idiots. You know that Drew McIntyre was not going to lose that match. Why would anybody in the fucking IWC community think that this guy was going to lose a match? Are you fucking kidding me? Give me a break. Give me a break. Goes to show how fucking pathetic and retarded these fucking IWC version geeks are in the fucking community. Goes to show you right there. Goes to show. It shows it right there. It definitely shows. How could a version fucking geek in the community think that McIntyre was going to lose? Really? Are you serious? Give me a break. You know how big McIntyre is? Why would McIntyre lose a match when he's 7 feet tall? AJ Styles couldn't defeat a 7 feet tall guy like Drew McIntyre. You kidding me? This was a waste of a title match, man. Why would you put AJ Styles in a fucking match when he know he can't defeat a 7 foot tall man? Such as Drew McIntyre himself. I don't get it. Good match, but I don't even think this title match shouldn't even been booked for TLC, man. Hey, I think this was a waste. I feel like this title match was a waste. I feel like it was. For 2 reasons. Number one, Drew McIntyre is bigger than AJ Styles. There's no way in hell AJ Styles will be able to defeat him. And number two, AJ Styles gave his all, but in the end, Drew McIntyre won the match. Is that why Miz interfered in the match? Oh, because he realized that AJ Styles couldn't fucking defend himself against Drew McIntyre? Bruce? Is that why you had Miz cash in the Money in the Bank? Is that why you had Morrison out there? Oh, not to mention because AJ Styles is, I guess, so-called enemy friends with, or ally friends with Miz and Morrison, I'm guessing. I don't know. WWE Creative, Bruce and Vince, they all do stupid stuff, man, most of the time. When it comes to booking and creatively writing these shows the wrong way and producing and writing these shows in a terrible way, you know how they are. Oh my God. So then, before we got the Carmella versus Sasha Banks match for the Smackdown Women's Championship. So before that match, Kayla Braxton interviews Paul Heyman backstage. She asks if Roman has changed his game plan, knowing Kevin Owens is willing to die to win. Heyman says his favorite sport outside of wrestling is NASCAR. Not for the races, but for the crashes. That's the kind of person he is. And that's why he loves TLC, because he's Carnage. It's Carnage. He's Carnage. Anyway, people get hurt, and tonight Kevin Owens will get hurt at the proposal. Or proposal hands of the Tribal Chief, Roman Reigns. Oh, really? That's kind of how I felt when Miz and Morrison cashed in, when nobody was interested and had to pick up the remote and change the channel. Kind of like that, right? Yeah. Okay. He said that's not a prediction. I'm assuming he says that's a spoiler. Well, in my eyes, it wasn't just a prediction, it was true. So anyways, we got Sasha Banks versus Carmella. Now, I don't know what to say about this match. I really don't. For the simple fact that I hadn't really watched it much. Because I really didn't want to see Carmella on my TV. So I didn't really watch it much. I don't think I was interested in, I don't even think I was interested in watching this match, to be honest. The only thing I was interested in seeing is Sasha Banks winning the match. I was ready for this match to be over. I really was. Well, I mean, what was the point of anybody watching this match? I mean, when clearly it wasn't even legitimately important to some of us. The only thing that's important is Sasha Banks and that SmackDown Women's Championship. I mean, let's be honest. Everybody else in that division is not important. Well, Bianca Belair and Bayley are, and Ruby Riott and Liv Morgan are. Only five women are the best things going for the SmackDown Women's division, and that's Ruby Riott, Liv Morgan, Bayley, Sasha Banks, and Bianca Belair. Everybody else in that division fucking sucks. Everybody else in that division are the worst examples of the SmackDown division. They are the worst examples of what the women's division is now. They are. Seriously. And I'm talking about Natalya, Billie Kay, Tamina, and who else? Am I missing one? Chelsea Green. Yeah. No, I mean, at least Chelsea Green tries, though. I gotta give Chelsea Green credit. I mean, she's not the worst example of the women's division. She's actually the great example of a women's division for divas, for little girls who want to grow up and be like Chelsea Green. So I can't shit on Chelsea Green. The only ones I'm shitting on is Billie Kay, Natalya, Tamina, and who else is in that division? Who else is on that fucking roster? Billie Kay. Those women right there, they are the worst examples of the women's division. Not only them, but Peyton Royce and Lacey Evans as well. They are also the worst examples of the women's division. Even Nia Jax is the worst example of the women's division. Now, the Raw women's division, the only best things on Raw is Shayna Baszler and Asuka. And Charlotte Flair, now that she's back. I ain't going to say Charlotte Flair until I see what she does in the ring on Raw. But Charlotte Flair is still the best thing on the Raw women's division. Doesn't really matter. I mean, we've seen what she can do over the years. She's still the best things going for Raw. And Becky Lynch would definitely be the best thing going for Raw if she makes her return. You know, from happen to be away due to having a unborn child. You know what I mean? So I think Becky Lynch is going to come back and turn heel. That's what I think is going to happen. I think she's going to turn heel. That's what I think is going to happen, essentially. But this SmackDown Women's Championship match wasn't really in a lot of people's interest. Just because the simple fact that Carmella was in it. That's why this match wasn't interesting to too many people. Not too many people like Carmella. For the simple fact that her character, she really needs to work on her promo. She's not good on the mic. I ain't trying to shit on her nothing, but no offense, but it's the truth. It's really the truth. I'm telling the truth. She's not good on the mic. She's just not good on the freaking mic. She's not. She's just not. Form to the back. Not only, by the way, not only is she not good on the mic, but she also, some of her attires are fucking ugly. Some of her attires are fucking ugly. She's not ugly, but her attires are. Some of her attires are. And I don't think anybody even gives a shit about Carmella. I think they would rather give a shit about Sasha Banks than give a shit about Carmella. I mean, let's be honest. Sasha Banks is more better than Carmella. The only reason why Carmella was better is because she had James Ellsworth with her all those years ago on SmackDown Live. The only reason why she was better, the only reason why she won those SmackDown Women's titles, the only reason why she was SmackDown Women's champion about 2-3 times was because of James Ellsworth. It wasn't because of her. It was because of James. Only because of James. Anyways, the bell rings, and Carmella bails out to play mind games. She slowly gets inside and ducks Banks to drill her with a forearm to the back. Carmella tosses her outside, but Banks takes control and gets her back in the ring. Sasha takes a minute to talk trash, and Carmella slaps her. Banks fires back and throws Carmella out of the ring, but Reginal, that WWE named him, he changed his name. They changed that guy's name to Reginal. Apparently that guy who is supposedly Carmella's manager or whoever he is, I don't know. Who fucking cares? Carmella tosses her outside, but Banks takes control and gets her back in the ring. Sasha takes a minute to talk trash and slaps her. Banks fires back and throws Carmella out of the ring, but Reginald catches her quite impressively, then dodges Banks and throws Carmella at Sasha for a hurricanrana on the floor. So then Carmella takes Sasha down with a rare chin lock, but Banks fights up and hits a running meteor for a 2 count. So then Banks goes to the apron and knees Carmella, then drags her, but Carmella slams her down with a reverse X Factor. Carmella gets her back in the ring and drives a knee into Sasha's back for a submission. So then Banks fights up and hits a backbreaker to create some distance. So then Banks hits the Three Amigos, followed by a Frost Splash for a near fall. Homage to Eddie Guerrero. Vengeance Sasha Banks. Vintage Sasha Banks. I got it right this time. Carmella hits a tilt-a-whirl into an incredible X Factor for a near fall. She gets frustrated and pins Sasha twice more to no avail. Carmella drags Banks to the corner and hangs her over the ropes, choking her. Sasha lays on the apron and Carmella super kicks her, then scrambles back inside for a near fall. So then Carmella puts Banks up top and looks to superplex her, but Sasha starts firing back. Carmella catches her with a hurricanrana from up top, but Sasha rolls through for a 2 count. They trade pinfall attempts, but Carmella swiftly transitions into the code of silence. Banks wriggles free, and Carmella applies another submission, but again Banks breaks away. Carmella is angry and runs at her in the corner, but Sasha dodges and applies the Banks statement. Carmella thinks about tapping. Taping and tapping sounds the same, though. Just saying. tapping, but Rigi. It's Reggie. I wanted to say Rigi just to see if y'all were gonna laugh, but I guess it wasn't funny. Reggie drags her out of the ring and holds her in his arms. Banks jumps off the apron and drops him with a Meteora. That was a great Meteora by Sasha Banks, man. That's how you know she's better than Sasha Banks. Better than Carmella. That's how you know Sasha Banks is better than Carmella. I bet you WWE is going to change Carmella's name, and her name is going to simply be Milla. I guarantee you they're going to change Carmella's name. I guarantee you Carmella is the next person to get her name changed. You want to talk about WWE name changing? Oh my God. I would not be surprised if they changed her name to Milla. Anyways, she super kicks her twice and gets her back in the ring for another near fall. Carmella throws a fit and Sasha gets her in the bank statement and Carmella taps. Because reason why I say, and by the way, this match, I guess you could say it wasn't too bad, but the reason why I say I guarantee you they're going to change Carmella's name is because it's the simple fact that WWE changed Scarlett's name. And I kept saying, I retweeted and said, and I was in shock when they changed Cross's wife's name. Karrion Kross. Yeah, they changed his wife's name to just simply Scarlett. Why would they change it to simply Scarlett? Did she ask for a name to be changed, or did WWE change it without her permission? I don't understand that. I don't understand it. You remember that? Y'all remember that news on WWE changing another NXT talent's name? It was Scarlett. They had her name changed. I was like, what? Why the fuck are they going? Why are they changing NXT talent's name? And then they changed Brandon Banks' name. Did you all know that? Yeah, there was news on that last month. They changed his fucking name. That shit's crazy, man. Oh my God. WWE is always doing stuff, always failing every week. It never fails when it comes to WWE typical creative garbage, right? When it comes to Bruce and Vince, it never fails, man. Really. They are just trying to make this talent look miserable with their names, man. They really are. Oh, God. And then we got one of the members of the Iconics, the Moronics, the Idiotics, Billie Kay, backstage with Asuka. I don't even know why WWE even put her on TV. Why do we need her? Why do we need her for the fucking TLC pay-per-view? Why Billie Kay? Why do we need one of the worst examples of the women's division on my TV? Why? Oh my gosh, she is the fucking worst. Nobody likes Billie Kay. Everybody hates Billie Kay except for the fucking Billie Kay IWC version geeks in the community. That's the only ones that like her. Those version geeks in the community are the only ones that freaking like her. Everybody else in the community don't like her. For the simple fact that she's fucking terrible. She's terrible what she does in the ring. She's terrible on the mic. Her character's fucking terrible. Her fucking attire's fucking terrible. Somebody's gonna rip it up. She'll be all naked. She'll be like, ah! Ah! I'm fucking naked! Somebody put me on some clothes! Her fucking accent's terrible. Even worse. Imagine her saying that in her Australian accent. People would be fucking laughing. My God. It's gonna have a lot of people. It's gonna have a lot of people mind-balling. It's gonna have a lot of people laughing. So, Billie Kay is backstage with Asuka holding her CV. She hands Asuka the document and explains that she is a former tag team champion. And profits sent in Japanese. Why can't you just have Asuka speak English, Bruce? Just like Andrade. You got him speaking Spanish, and you don't even have him speak English. You won't even teach him English. She'll show you how dumb WWE is. They just don't care about anything. They don't care about nobody but themselves. And that's Bruce and Vince I'm talking about. Yeah, I'm talking about you fucking guys. All you care about is your fucking selves. You don't even care about the talent, the shows, or the pay-per-views. Goes to show how fucking dumb you two are, man. You two need to go. Seriously. It's time for you two to get gone. Been time for you two to remove yourselves from WWE. I hope Triple H is the new chairman of WWE because I think he absolutely deserves to be. For the simple fact that he has produced NXT and gave us the best NXT shows possible, man. But I just can't help but feel like NXT... I feel like NXT is slowly starting to be like Monday Night Raw and not like NXT. I feel like it's... I feel like the NXT we seen before doesn't feel like the NXT we are seeing now. But still, the NXT shows are always good, man. Triple H always produces the best NXT shows. Heck, NXT's doing better than Raw and SmackDown. You gotta give him credit. You gotta give him a whole lot of credit. Even the NXT women's division looks way better than the Raw and SmackDown women's division. Heck, they're doing way better than the Raw and SmackDown women's division. By the way, I've said this twice, I'm saying this again. Not only are they doing better than the Raw and SmackDown women's division, they're doing better than the AEW women's division. I've said that before too. Already. I don't give a fuck whose opinion, I'll respect everybody's opinion. I respect everybody's opinion. But you gotta respect my opinion when I say NXT Women's Division is way better than the AEW and SmackDown Raw Women's Division. For a lot of reasons. Their division is stacked. Their rosters are fixed. Their rosters look good. Their rosters don't look bad at all. You want to talk about a roster that looks bad, let's talk about the Raw and SmackDown Women's roster. Holy shit. The worst I've ever seen. The worst of 2020. Both of those rosters. But anyways, as I was saying, folks, meaning she would be a great partner. Asuka gets excited and speaks in Japanese again. Again, Bruce, why would you have Asuka speak in Japanese when you could have her speaking English? But I guess you don't want to speak English. Oh, I guess you want to speak Japanese because she's a Japanese professional wrestler. Oh, no wonder. Look at that. But Billy clearly doesn't understand. She then says she even made a mask to match and hold up a cradily drone plate and dances like Asuka. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. Can I... where's my fucking remote? Where's my fucking remote? There it is. There it is. Click, click, click. Who fucking gives a shit about Billy Kay? Nobody cares about Billy Kay. Please, get her off my TV, Bruce. Billy Kay is so terrible on my TV that now I'm sitting here drinking this fucking bottle of water. I feel great now I got that over with. So the Empress thanks her and says she's not ready. I wish she wouldn't thank her. I wish she'd just slap her and leave. That's what I wish she would have did. It would have been a whole lot better if Asuka slapped her and leave to where Billy Kay won't show up on my TV again. I mean, did we really need Billy Kay for TLC? No, we did not. And then WWE is talking about pushing Billy Kay as a singles competitor. They're not even doing that. Good. She needs to stay off TV. Stay off my TV. I don't want Billy Kay being pushed as singles competitor. Nobody likes her. Nobody gives a shit about Billy Kay. Anyways. So we got the Raw Tag Team Championship match. We got New Day versus the Hurt Business, the only two legitimate tag teams in the Raw Tag Team division. I mean, what other tag team is in that division? None. 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 Only two tag teams on the Raw tag team division. No other tag team in that division. And then you look at Bruce and you say, Bruce, why aren't there any other tag team divisions? Why aren't there any other tag teams on the Raw or SmackDown tag team divisions? Because you're not calling any tag teams up to the main roster. Oh, also because you've broken up the tag teams of the Usos, the Heavy Machineries, and the Ricochets. No, not the Ricochets. I'm just joking. I'm just being funny. No, because you've broken up the New Day. You've broken up, well, half of the New Day anyway, because Big E's by itself. Well, you've broken up the Usos. You've broken up Heavy Machinery. Otis Tucker's broken up. Jay and Jimmy's broken up. Who else? What else tag team? Oh, the Viking Raiders are splitting up. AOP got released from their contracts for what? For what? That remains to be a mystery as to why they released AOP from their contracts. Apparently, because nobody knows why AOP got released. I wish somebody would know why. I wish somebody would tell us why. My God. Well, Zack Ryder, Kurt Hawkins were a team. They left WWE because of the money problems. They got released from WWE because of the money problems. I guess WWE was struggling with the money shit or whatever, financially, whatever the fuck shit was going on. Who fucking cares? I don't care. The only thing I care about is WWE bettering these shows and fixing these rosters and fucking merging the men's Raws and SmackDown tag team divisions and the women's tag team divisions. And stop putting so much titles on TV. There's too much titles on TV, man. Jeez. Why's it gotta be 2 titles on both brands? Why can't it just be 1 title? Why don't you just merge the Raw, SmackDown, NXT UK, and the 205 Live men's divisions together? And the women's, and the NXT UK, and Raw, SmackDown, NXT women's divisions together and merge them into one? Why don't you just simply call your shows, why don't you just simply make Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and NXT UK, and 205 Live into one brand? And why don't you just simply call it WWE? Why don't you just simply call it WWE? You see how AEW's got theirs called AEW? Why can't WWE just be called WWE? Instead of having Raw and SmackDown and NXT, why can't it just simply be called WWE? You can still have pay-per-views. You can still have the ladders, chairs matches and all that. You can still have the fucking, the Inferno matches. You can still have singles tag team matches. But why can't you just have it called WWE? WWE is a brand. It's World Wrestling Entertainment, but it can also be a brand. Did Mr. McMahon and Bruce think about that? Folks, merging the men's Raw, SmackDown, NXT, 205 Live, and NXT UK divisions, merging them into one wouldn't be a problem. They would have a stacked men's roster. They would have a lot of talent to choose from. Some of the talent can have their debuts, you know what I mean? Some of the talent could be making their debuts. Some of the talent could be training in the Performance Center. You know? At least do like AEW, WWE, for fuck's sakes. AEW's it's got their stuff straightened out. At least be like AEW. AEW's no different. I mean, they're struggling too. Every wrestling promotion is struggling. Every wrestling promotion is. I'm not going to go over why, because I don't want to. Just simply know that every wrestling promotion is struggling. Some are struggling because they can't get their roster straight. Some are struggling because they won't merge the divisions, like WWE, for example. Yeah. But merging the men's Raw and SmackDown tag team divisions and merging the women's divisions wouldn't be an issue. If they can just go with the idea, everything will be fine. The rosters need to be fixed. The rosters still look bad. The draft The WWE draft hasn't fixed the rosters. The fucking shakeup hasn't fixed the rosters. It's done nothing to make the rosters look worse. Unify these titles, man. Unify the fucking titles. Seriously. If you're not going to do that, then... I don't even know what else to say. WWE are so completely bankrupt. They don't even know what they're doing themselves, man. They really are. I can't believe... I'm still trying to figure out why would they send Keith Lee and Otis back to the Performance Center and train. These guys don't need no training. They've had enough training in their careers. They're in the main roster. They're main roster stars. Why do they need training? What do they need training for? What do they need training for? Oh, because you said they're too big and they're too fucking fat. Is that why you want them to train? Because they're too fucking big, too fucking fat? They don't have good skills? Gotta be. That's gotta be it. That's gotta be the reason. That's gotta be the reason, man. Gotta be. Ain't no way around it, man. It's gotta be the reason. I mean, you've killed Keith Lee on the roster since his Raw debut. Keith Lee was already killed. He was already wasted on TV. He was already buried. On NXT, they treated him right. But on Raw, they're not treating him right. They're treating him wrong. Look at there. Mention Keith Lee's name so sad that he even showed up on my screen. That's how you know. That's how you know it's sad that Keith Lee had to get sent back to the Forum Center to train. Remember that news on Bruce Pritchard burying NXT talent, giving them to Vince? My God, that doesn't tell you how fucking stupid this guy is, man. I don't know. I can't stress this enough. I don't know what else to tell y'all. Really. I cannot stress this enough. And then there was management reportedly not happy. Also, they're not the only ones that are not happy with Vince, Bruce, and creative. USA Network is reportedly not happy with Bruce, Vince, and creative, which I figured. That was no shock to me. I knew they were happy. Heck, they probably weren't even happy with them since the fucking draft. Ever since the shakeup. So bad that I can imagine even Fox is not happy with him. Not Alicia Fox. Fox. WWE Fox. WWE on Fox? Yeah, that Fox. So anyways, we got the New Day, Kobe Kingston, and Xavier Woods versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin for the Raw Tag Team Championships. I still can't understand why WWE just can't merge the Raw and SmackDown Men's Tag Team divisions. I mean, that would be the great idea. I mean, that would be the greatest. That would be the smartest idea ever. That would be the greatest creative decision ever. It's the smartest decision. It's not the wise decision, but it's the smartest decision. I think they just don't care about the divisions, man. I think that's what it is, in my full opinion. So, So we kick things off with Kofi Kingston and Cedric. So Alexander runs right into a super kick for a 2 count. Kofi hits a Russian leg sweep and tags Woods for an elbow drop and a 2 count. New Day continue through the quick pace, and Woods tags Kofi for a springboard crossbody and handsprings into Alexander and tags Woods. Cedric kicks Woods off and makes the tag to Shelton. And you know this, and I don't know if you all noticed this, but all 4 of these men are African Americans. Isn't this the first time you've all have seen African Americans in the ring against one another? Have you noticed they were all African Americans in the ring? No, I'm just saying, just throwing it out there, because I'm an African American too. So, it's great to see African American in the ring against. It's great to see an African American wrestling an African American in the ring, because we've had yet to see that in the WWE. We hardly see that in the WWE, and now we're starting to see it. Benjamin comes in hot with a clothesline and a suplex for a 1 count to Xavier. MVP gives Cedric some water on the outside while Benjamin continues to beat down on Woods. Kind of what I'm drinking right now, some water. I had to drink it because I had to mention the name Billy Kay. One of the worst examples of the women's division. I had to drink some water after that one to make myself feel better. So MVP gives Cedric some water outside while Benjamin continues to beat down on Woods. Kofi gets the tag and he drop kicks Benjamin, then kicks him and tags Woods before jumping over the ropes into Cedric. Woods chops Shelton into the corner, shoots him off and goes to the apron, but Benjamin knees him. Benjamin throws Woods neck first into the bottom rope and he rolls outside. Alexander gets the tag and he kicks Woods on the back from the apron. Cedric gets Woods in the ring and beats him down methodically. Alexander and Benjamin isolate Woods and make use of quick tags. Woods creates some distance and makes a tag to Kofi while Cedric gets a tag as well. Kofi comes in hot with chops to the chest, then looks for the boom drop, but Shelton catches him in midair and carries him over to his corner. Cedric tags in and jumps at Kofi, but misses. Kofi drops him, then looks for trouble in paradise, but Alexander dodges and hits a spinning brainbuster for a near fall. Woods broke the pin, but he gets floored with a handspring enziguri from Alexander. Then Shelton gets the tag and lifts Kofi, but Kingston breaks away and kicks him in the face, then knocks Alexander off the apron. Kofi goes up top, but Shelton jumps up and hits a double arm suplex. Benjamin waits for Kofi to get up, but Alexander tags himself in and hits the lumbar check. Lumbar check for the win. Yep, just lumbar check. I got it right. I kind of almost said it wrong because I thought I didn't get it right. So, winner and the new Raw Tag Team Champions are the Hurt Business. They are the new Raw Tag Team Champions. So, the Hurt Business are not going to be Raw Tag Team Champions for long because they might end up dropping it to Retribution. I guarantee you, the Hurt Business are going to be feuding with Retribution again. Guarantee it. Oh my God, that's going to be the worst fucking feud in the WWE history. The worst tag team feud. It's already the worst tag team feud because they feuded before. I do not want to imagine the Hurt Business turning face, feuding with Retribution. I just do not. I just cannot see that happening. I can see Retribution splitting up altogether. And then back to catering, Ali goes. Back to catering, me and Yim goes. And Dominic Dijakovic back to catering, he goes. I think I can see me and Yim and Dijakovic going back to NXT. From the looks of it. Just like I can see Lars Sullivan possibly going back to NXT. He might be sent back there too. NXT could really use all of them. They really could. So, before the women's tag team title match, the Slammiversary, they said the Slammy Awards will air on the WWE Network, hosted by none other than the 24/7 champion, R-Truth, the 24/7 championship, by the way, the most unimportant title on Raw. It's not important, that's why I say unimportant. I wish they would burn these I wish they would burn the 24/7 championship. I really do. That title is not important on Raw. I wish they would get rid of it. They still have yet to get rid of the 24/7 championship. Heck, they even still have yet to get rid of the women's tag team champions. I think they mainly needs to get rid of the 24/7 championship because that title is not really important. It's not important. The title looks fake. It really does. It looks fake. To me, it does. You all agree? Those of you that are watching, I hope you agree. It really looks fake, dude. Seriously. That's my take on it. Anyways, we got R-Truth being the host of Slammy Awards. However, 2 nights ago, Sami Zayn. Yeah, I already saw this coming because I didn't watch Smackdown, but I still saw it coming anyway. I did my Smackdown review though. Still did it. I still knew. I didn't even have to watch the show and I knew what was going on Smackdown because I was being notified about what was going on the show. Sami Zayn hosted the first ever Slammy Awards on SmackDown. We see a replay of Big E infuriated, or should I say infiltrating the award show. Imagine him being infuriated though with the awards. Imagine. Followed by the Tom Cruise inspired audio recording of Sami Zayn freaking out. Thanks to Kayla Braxton, Sami appears backstage and berates Kayla for posting his personal life on her Instagram, sandwiched between posts of her derriere by the pool. Zayn says all will be forgotten if she tells him what happened, and she says she has a journalistic integrity and walks off, leaving him screaming. Okay. Are we supposed to care about this? My answer is no. Really. Now we got Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax. Oh my god, it's WWE's typical garbage. Oh my god. Nia Jax versus Asuka and the returning Charlotte Flair. Which that didn't surprise me too much. Really didn't. So this match, it didn't really last long, man. It didn't last long. It only lasted about maybe 3-4 minutes. It wasn't long though, for sure. It was a fast-pacing match. This pay-per-view was fast-pacing, basically. All these matches were fast-pacing. It's almost like they wanted the TLC pay-per-view to end. That's how you know they don't care about the talent, man. That's how you know right there. That goes to show you. I don't know why Asuka and Charlotte would be a tag team. They don't look like a tag team. Why are you pairing Charlotte up with Asuka? Oh, that's right, because Charlotte Flair is going to take the Raw Women's Championship from Asuka, right? And then Charlotte Flair, it's going to be Charlotte Flair versus Asuka for WrestleMania, right? And then Charlotte Flair is going to shockingly defeat Asuka and win the Raw Women's Champion. Only for the women's division to be worse, right? only for the women's division to not be shocked. I mean, Charlotte Flair is Ric Flair's daughter. I mean, you know Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax are going to say that. They're probably already saying that. So the match begins with Asuka and Baszler, and Shayna takes her down with her wrestling ability. Shayna knocks her, then looks to do it again, but Asuka ducks and fires a few kicks of her own. Asuka gets Baszler in an arm bar, but Shayna breaks away. Baszler looks to stomp her arm, but Asuka rolls away and Charlotte asks for a tag. Flair runs in and clotheslines Baszler, then drops Nia on the apron and hits Baszler again. Charlotte taunts Baszler, who brushes her off and tags Nia. Charlotte grabs Nia and they struggle. Charlotte attempts a shoulder tackle, but Jax doesn't move. Charlotte takes a headlock. I said tag, excuse me. I meant to say take, but Charlotte takes a headlock and tags Asuka, who jumps at Nia. Oh, Jesus Christ, Nia. Why? Why do I have to mention her name twice? I don't want Nia in my head. I don't want her in my head. No thanks. And attacks her into the corner. Jax fights back and tags Baszler, who starts targeting the left arm of Asuka. Baszler does some joint manipulation before putting Asuka down in the corner and tagging Nia. Jax slams Asuka's arm into the ring post, then gets inside and continues the assault. Baszler gets the tag again and bends Asuka's wrist. Asuka tries to turn the tables and unloads a few kicks, but Baszler catches one and flips her over. Shayna tosses Asuka out of the ring. It tags Nia, who attacks her on the floor. Asuka fights back in the ring and makes the tag to Charlotte. Flair comes in hot with chops to the chest of Jax, and we see Ric Flair watching backstage. Of course, because she's the daughter of the Nature Boy, Ric Flair. Flair drops Nia and connects with a boot to the face. Baszler run in, but Flair hits her with a T-bone suplex. Charlotte attacks Nia in the corner, then connects with a big boot for a near fall. Nia rolls outside, and Flair hits a moonsault from the top rope to both Jax and Baszler. Charlotte gets Jax back inside and looks for a figure four, but Jax kicks her back into the buckles. Asuka tags herself in. As Nia hits a Samoan drop, Asuka comes off the top rope with a missile drop kick. Baszler tags in and goes right to the arm of Asuka, then transitions to the Karafuda clutch. Asuka backs her to the corner, where Flair tags herself in and hits a big boot to her. Then Jax on the apron. Baszler rolls up Charlotte for two, but Flair then applies the figure eight. Jax pulls Charlotte off, but Asuka then tackles her on the floor. Baszler grabs Shayna, or Baszler grabs Charlotte, I think. and looks to apply the careful to clutch, but Charlotte rolls backwards. And then the natural selection for the win. And new women's tag team champions, Asuka and Charlotte Flair. I hope you all realize that soon Charlotte Flair is going to actually turn on Asuka and take the Raw Women's Championship from her, right? So be prepared to see that soon, because that's going to happen. That's going to turn into Charlotte Flair versus Asuka, like as JD predicted. Yes, I said JD, one of my favorite podcasters in the entire IWC, one of the greatest, the only greatest podcaster in the entire IWC. Nobody does it better than him. But yes, as he predicted, Charlotte Flair is going to take that title from her. She's going to win. Don't be surprised if she turns on Asuka. Which I'm hoping to God that doesn't happen. I'm hoping Asuka keeps the Raw Women's title, so only for her reign to go up even higher. I want Asuka's reign to continue. I mean, she's the only one. She's the only best thing going for the Raw Women's division. Shayna Baszler is too, but Shayna Baszler needs to be feuding with Asuka and needs to get away from Nia Jax. WWE needs to get Shayna Baszler away from Nia Jax. This pairing with Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax is not working. They need to give Shayna Baszler. We need to see the submission magician, the vampire, the MMA fighter, the whatever. We need to see the other Shayna Baszler. We want to see the Shayna Baszler, the submission magician. We want to see her. We don't want to see the Shayna Baszler that's with Nia Jax. We want to see the Shayna Baszler that's the submission magician that carried the NXT Women's division. We want to see that Shayna Baszler back. We don't want to see the babyface Shayna Baszler where she's pairing up with Nia Jax, and they're both heels. I think Shayna Baszler needs to turn on Nia Jax, and they need to fucking build her up and put her in the Raw Women's Championship picture, which they should have done a long time ago. But you see, you know how stupid Bruce and Vince are, so you know they're not going to do that. You know they're going to do it on their terms. You know they're going to do it when they want to do it because they're in power. So, yeah. Anyways, Big E is backstage with R-Truth showing something on his phone. Showing something on his phone, right? Okay. Yeah. Sami Zayn shows up. He runs up and blames Big E for the leaked audio. I guess this is an indication that Big E and Sami Zayn's feud is continuing, apparently, because apparently their feud is not ending yet. I thought it would end at TLC, but it's not going to end there. I think it's going to end at WrestleMania, more than likely. Or it could end at the Royal Rumble. If Big E is not in the Royal Rumble. Or if Big E and Sami Zayn are having their match at the Royal Rumble, I'm not sure. I think it needs to be at WrestleMania. In my opinion. I think the Intercontinental Championship match should be at WrestleMania. It needs to be at WrestleMania. If their feud's continuing. Obviously it is, though. But Sammy should just be glad it wasn't a different kind of leak, because nobody wants to see that. If it had some naked photos on there, I know nobody would definitely not want to see that. Just saying. Because nobody wants to see that. Sami Zayn says Big E has been treading water since he went solo, and that makes Big E angry. He steps to Sami and tells him to keep playing games. I like this side of Big E. I mean, I really do. This side of Big E as a singles competitor, I like it. I think Big E needs to stay a singles competitor. I think he's doing better as a singles competitor than he was as a tag team competitor. But for them to split the New Day up is really sad. Still, it's really sad that they split up the New Day. It really is. You gotta admit that. You gotta be honest about that. I didn't really like when the New Day were together anyway, to be honest. I never did to begin with. So, good on WWE's part to separate the New Day. So, we got Roman Reigns. He's not the big dog anymore. I'll let you take a guess on who he is. Or actually, I'll answer that question for you. He's the fucking tribal chief. The tribal chief versus KO for the Universal Championship. Match wasn't bad at all. Wasn't bad. Wasn't too bad. Roman Reigns should have kept that Superman punch move though, instead of giving him that submission move. They should have kept him. Roman Reigns should have kept that. Roman Reigns should have kept that Superman punch signature. He don't get me wrong, he could still be a heel, but why would you want to change his Superman punch signature to the submission move? Why would you want to do that? Roman Reigns' spear is way better than Goldberg's spear, let's be honest. I mean, I don't know why Goldberg is shitting on Roman Reigns' spear when he should be shitting on his own spear. Because he's a jackass. He's a jackass. He's a jackass. He is. He really is. He's got no business shitting. He's got no business shitting on Roman Reigns' spear, saying that he's copying his fucking finisher or his signature or whatever. He's got no business saying that shit, dude. Really. So, we get a shotgun start as Kevin Owens appears out of nowhere and attacks Roman Reigns as he's making his entrance. By the way, this was the second best match on the show. This match stole the show. It really did. So Kevin Owens attacks Roman Reigns as he makes his entrance. Owens beats Reigns into the corner, and this is a cannonball. So Reigns goes outside, but KO slams him into the barricade and hits another cannonball. Owens whips Reigns into the steel steps. Then he hits a frog splash off the apron. Reigns is down on the floor as KO puts a ladder onto the ring. He puts it into the ring, same thing. But out comes Jey Uso out of nowhere, and we all knew Jey Uso was going to be there, clearly, because he is Roman Reigns' cousin, after all. I mean, if Roman Reigns looks out for Jey Uso looks out for Roman Reigns. If Roman Reigns got Jey Uso's back, Jey Uso got Roman Reigns' back. You get what I'm saying? So, Jey Uso came out. Rightfully so, he did. And he runs right into a super kick from Owens. Then Owens grabs a chair and hits Jey Uso with it. Then unloads on Reigns. Jey attempts an enziguri, but Owens smashes him with the chair in midair. Owens wraps the chair around Jay's foot and jumps on it, then screams at him that he should stay away. Just like I want to stay away from watching Monday Night Raw and Smackdown every week because both shows are complete fucking garbage. Just like I want to stay away from Bruce and Vince, just like I want to stay away from seeing the news on Bruce and Vince and how bad creative are. Just like I want to fucking pick up my remote and change the channel because there are certain superstars on there that I don't want to see on my TV, including Billie Kay and Natalya and Carmella. Most importantly, just like the fact that WWE needs to fix the rosters and need to fucking produce and write better shows. Because these shows are not helping the viewership. I wonder what the viewership and the ratings are going to look like coming out of TLC. I wonder. Somebody keep an eye on the TLC viewership and the ratings for me and let me know. Let me know what the viewership and the ratings for TLC is going to be, because I'm not going to know for sure until I get the news from my sources in the community. Overall, I don't think the viewership's gonna look too bad. I don't think. I think the viewership's gonna look good. I mean, for the simple fact that Roman Reigns is on the pay-per-view. I mean, he's the only best things going in the WWE. Sasha Banks and Drew McIntyre are also the best things going in WWE. I mean, the only best champions in WWE. Asuka is too. I mean, don't get me wrong. So, Owens wraps the chair around Jey Uso's foot. And then, after that, after he wrapped it around his foot, and jumps on it, he screams at him that he should stay away. Owens takes the top off the announce table as officials check on Jay. Owens makes to get back in the ring, but Roman reappears with a drive-by kick. We all know Roman Reigns has done that in the past. He still does it. He's known for doing his drive-by kick. Just saying. Reigns hits Owens with the steel steps, then over and over again into his guts. Ew. I didn't want to hear that. I didn't want to say that, but had to anyway. Part of the reading process. Roman puts Owens in the ring alongside some ladders. Then this KO. He hits KO with the ladder in the shoulder a couple of times. Reigns leans a smaller ladder on the bottom rope and stomps KO before bringing some chairs inside. Roman racks KO with the chair, then stabs him with it a half a dozen times. Oh my God. Oh my God. That's how you know how badass Roman Reigns is as a heel. See? Roman Reigns is doing the best work of his career. He still is. And it's great. It really is. It really is great that he's doing the best work of his career as a heel. I think he needs to continue to do so, man, because he's the only one. He's the only best thing going for WWE right now, man. He really is. Seriously. He is the only greatest thing going for WWE. That's all you have. Roman Reigns. Everything else, man, it's always Roman Reigns. It's always Roman Reigns this, Roman Reigns that. Because he's the best thing going for the show. He's the Tribal Chief. He's good at what he does as a heel. I can't blame everybody for mentioning Roman Reigns twice. I mean, what else is there on the show that's the greatest thing besides Roman Reigns? I mean, it ain't going to be nothing else. I'm telling you right now. It's not going to be nothing else. Roman starts to sneer and enjoy his handiwork as he sets two chairs up side by side. Owens avoids a Samoan drop and tries to powerbomb Reigns into two chairs. But the champion ends up backdropping KO into them. Reigns talks to himself as KO rolls from the ring. Roman sets up a ladder beneath the belt and starts climbing. But Kevin Owens appears with a chair and hits him in the back. Owens hits Reigns a few times with the chair, then sets one of them upright and slams Reigns onto it with a fisherman suplex. So then Owens starts climbing the ladder and gets his hand on the belt. But Jey Uso returns and drags him back down. Jey and KO throw hands until Roman drops. Until Reigns drops Owens with a Superman punch. Both men are down and Jey goes out to get a couple of tables. Roman kicks KO before setting up a table in the corner, and Jey sets the other up by the ropes. Roman stands on the back of Owens, Tribal Chief. So Roman shoots Owens at Jey for a Samoan drop through the table. But Owens kicks Jey, elbows Roman, knocks Jey from the ring, and hits Roman Reigns with a stunner. Owens is alone in the ring. He slowly gets up to set up a ladder, but Jey drags him out the ring. Jey attacks Owens, but KO catches him with a pop-up powerbomb through the announce desk. And for a measure of payback, Owens uses the tables to bury Jey at ringside. Owens scurries inside and scales the ladder, but Roman climbs up the other side and punches him down. Roman climbs down and lifts KO up for a powerbomb onto the small ladder, propped on the bottom rope. Roman turns the ladder onto its side, then back suplexes KO into it. So then Roman drags Owens out of the ring and choke slams him through a table. Roman goes over to check on Jey, then lifts KO and punches him around ringside. Reigns lifts Owens up and hits a Samoan drop through another table. Roman slowly makes his way back into the ring and starts climbing the ladder. As he reaches the top, Owens somehow gets back inside and makes a weak attempt to climb the ladder. So Roman laughs when he sees Owens and climbs back down. Roman kicks him backwards and tells him he's embarrassing his family. Roman slaps Owens, who slaps him back. Then Roman spears him through the table in the corner. Owens rolls outside and tries to get to his feet. Roman watches from the apron and laughs as Owens tells him, "You're gonna have to do it." Roman runs and tries to spear KO through the barricade, but Owens moves. Roman crashes. Owens crawls into the ring and drags himself up to the top of the ladder. But Roman grabs a hold of him and pulls him down, then throws him into the ladder. Roman shoves the ladder out of the way, but Owens super kicks him twice, then looks for a powerbomb. But Roman hits a Superman punch. Roman looks for another, but Owens hits the powerbomb through the table, and Reigns rolls outside. Owens slowly sets up the ladder and starts climbing. He gets his hand on it, but Jey Uso grabs him and climbs up. Owens headbutts Jey over and over. They both fall. Then Owens hits a stunner. Owens starts climbing again, rung by rung. He starts climbing again. But Reigns is back again, and he punches Owens right in the crotch. At the top of the ladder, Roman applies the Gallaton, and Owens passes out. Owens falls, and Reigns retrieves his title. He retains his title over Owens. So the first pay-per-view event of 2021 will be the Royal Rumble on January the 31st. That was the news I had. I had some news on that. However, this coming Friday night, Big E will get an Intercontinental Championship match against Sami Zayn. It's a main event time, and we get a video package highlighting the long-running feud between Bray Wyatt and Randy Orton, told like a fairy tale by Wyatt. Orton is out first, wearing tretzers and a hoodie, whatever the fuck he's wearing, who cares. We got the Firefly Inferno match. We got The Fiend versus Randy Orton. So, this isn't your average Inferno match. There are no flames on the apron and none to be seen. So, the match begun slowly with Randy looking pensive. And Wyatt doesn't move at all. He doesn't move at all. So Randy kicks him, then punches him by The Fiend laughs. Yeah, The Fiend laughs. Yeah, he laughed. So Wyatt storms Orton, backing him into the corner and beating him down. The Fiend whips Orton to the ropes, then catches him with a headbutt. Wyatt looks for Sister Abigail, but Orton shrugs him off and hits a dropkick. Wyatt beats Orton into the corner again, then intercepts him with a big body tackle. Wyatt looks for Sister Abigail, but Orton punches him away. Wyatt abruptly hits Sister Abigail, and Orton rolls outside. The Fiend looks at the camera and raises his hands, sending flames up all around the barricade. Orton looks terrified and scrambles back into the ring. The Fiend goes out and drags Orton out of the ring, scratching and crawling. So then we got the Fiend trying to shove Randy's face into the flames, but he fights off. The Fiend beats Orton down and takes his belt off to beat him with it. Wyatt lights his belt on fire and runs at Randy and swings, but nobody's home. The Fiend almost set himself on fire, but backed away in time. Orton attacks him, but the Fiend shrugs him off and drops him on the floor. Wyatt grabs a pickaxe from under the ring and swings for Orton, but obviously misses. Orton punches him, but Wyatt backs him into the barricade. Yeah, he backs him into the barricade. So then Wyatt pulls out Sister Abigail's rocking chair. Yeah, that's what he did. Pulled Sister Abigail's rocking chair. That's what he did, folks. I'm not lying. I'm not fooling you or nothing. I'm telling the truth. That's what he did. So he disses it in gasoline. Wyatt then punches Randy backwards and sends him into the rocking chair. Then grabs a lighter and drops it in the gasoline. So then when he dropped it in the gasoline, once he dropped in the gasoline, Randy is able to jump off. He's able to jump off the chair seconds before it's engulfied. Anyways, I guess, and in other words, seconds before it goes up in flames, I'm guessing. I mean, like I said, I haven't really watched the match much, so I'm just giving y'all the TLC review that you all want to hear, that you all want to see. So that's all that matters to me, is giving y'all the answers and the results on what happened with TLC. So anyways, the Fiend laughs and walks after Orton, who comes back with the PAX handle and hits Wyatt with it. Randy beats him around ringside and grabs a steel chain. I'm shocked that it was even a steel chain there. I mean, a steel chain? Why would anybody want to use a steel chain? I mean, why? What? Why would anybody want to use a steel chain? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't understand. Why would they want to use a steel chain? Why would anybody want to use something like that? Give me a reason why anybody want to use a steel chain in a fucking ring. Or even outside the ring, for that matter. Anyways, which he wraps around Wyatt's head and tries to force him into the flames. The Fiend breaks away and backtracks into the ring. Orton chases after he chases him with the chain, but gets dropped with a Uranagi. Yeah, I said it. He gets dropped with a Uranagi. I don't stutter. He got dropped with a Uranagi. I'm not lying. I'm dead serious. Out the ring. The reason why I say he dropped him with a Uranagi, because normally Orton would dodge those moves, but shockingly Orton didn't dodge it. So the Fiend grabs the axe handle. Once he got tossed out the ring, he grabbed the axe handle, sets it on fire as well, but Orton low blows him. Orton drags him off the apron for the draping DDT on the floor, causing the flames to erupt around ringside. Orton drops to his knees and pumps up for the RKO. But when he jumps, he gets caught with the mandible claw. Wyatt tries to push Orton back over the barricade into the flames, but Randy turns the tables and sets Bray's entire back on fire. Orton slides back into the ring as the Fiend looks at himself on fire, then run into the ring, but Orton catches him with an RKO from out of nowhere. The Fiend is lying on the mat on fire, and Orton falls back, looking shocked. Then gets up and knocks Bray over onto his back. The Fiend is motionless on the mat. Orton smiles and goes out of the ring to get more gasoline. He pours the gas all over Wyatt, then sets him on fire. And that was it. That was basically it, folks. Now, give me your thoughts and comments on the section below on what you think of this match. I want your thoughts on this match. I really do. Seriously. I seriously really want your thoughts and comments on this Inferno match, because I really thought that this Inferno match, it wasn't really too bad, but Bray Wyatt got completely buried. You might as well say Bray Wyatt's buried. I mean, he's been getting wasted on TV, I guess, ever since his he's been getting wasted on TV ever since his win over Seth Rollins. Ever since his win, or you can at least say he's been getting wasted and buried ever since his loss to Goldberg. I'm just going to say it like that. So ever since his loss to Goldberg, Bray Wyatt's been getting wasted and used on TV. All because of Vince McMahon and Bruce. For the simple fact that they both can't write or produce. They still don't know how to write or produce. Hell, they're doing a hell of a good job at writing and producing, I'll tell you that. I mean, it's not WWE Creative's fault that WWE Creative has to write what Vince tells them to write. It's Vince and Bruce's fault. It's Vince and Bruce. It's mostly Bruce. Bruce needs to get fired. Hashtag fire Bruce Prichard. And hashtag remove Vince McMahon from WWE. These guys are fucking terrible. These guys are mental. Seriously, they really are. They really, really are mental. But folks, overall, this pay-per-view was okay. It was solid. It wasn't good. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay. So that's going to end your TLC 2020 review. If you enjoyed my review, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. I got some news that we're going to go over here before we end this. And then I'm going to check the chat to see who's in the chat, who's watching. I bet there's some people watching the chat. So we're going to go ahead and play the music here. Alright, so I got some Royal Rumble news, folks. I got some news on the Royal Rumble being confirmed. The Royal Rumble, the 2021 Royal Rumble. Remember that? Yeah, I got some news on that. So, we're going to quickly go over that real quick. And then I'm going to give you the Smackdown news. So yeah, once again, I got some news on the WWE confirming Royal Rumble 2021 date. So, it says here that WWE held their final event of the year for TLC. But before the night was over, they let fans know when they will be back in 2021. So, WWE confirmed that the Royal Rumble's Thunderdome for the event. So, I guess we'll all have to see if WWE will be able to bring back live fans before the Royal Rumble rolls around. Obviously, they would love to be permitted to do that. The road to WrestleMania 37 will start on January 31st as Royal Rumble winners point to the WWE WrestleMania sign. We will have complete coverage. I will have complete coverage of that. Of course, my source is Ringside News. My good old friends on Twitter, Ringside News, will have coverage of it as well. I'm pretty sure all the other wrestling communities will have coverage of that as well. So, now, last but not least, I have some news on a title match booked for WWE Smackdown on Christmas. We're gonna go ahead and read that. We're gonna go over that real quick. So, WWE TLC featured a big 8-man tag team match during the kickoff show. Big E pinned Sami Zayn, of course, we know that. The Intercontinental title will be defended this week on Friday Night SmackDown, rightfully so. This will be a very special Christmas Day episode. Big E will finally get his Intercontinental title shot against Sami Zayn, and I predict that Big E is going to win the IC title. I think WWE is going to drop the title on Big E. In my opinion, I think they are. So, my source is Ringside News, my good old friends on Twitter. They previously reported that WWE is filming their Christmas episode on December the 22nd. Ringside News was the first to exclusively report that I'm going to register for the Thunderdome just to see what it's going to be like. So be prepared to see me on TV because I'm going to be registered for the Thunderdome to see what it's like. Oh my God. The virtual geeks. I don't want to be the Thunderdome virtual geek. Please, JD, don't call me a virtual geek. Please, please. Save me from these fucking virtual geeks that's going to be shown on TV. I really don't want to register for the Thunderdome, but I just want to see what it's like, man. I think it would be a privilege and an honor to register for the Thunderdome to see exactly what it's like, to see the action close. I want to see what it's like, you know what I mean? So, be prepared to see me on TV. I'm African American, by the way. Just thought I'd let you know in case you see me on TV in the audience during the Thunderdome. So, I guess we'll have to see if Big E can pick up his second IC title on Christmas Day. So that's all the news I got, folks. That's the interview review. If you enjoyed this review, once again, hit that thumbs up. If you didn't, hit that thumbs down. And now, let's check the chat. Let's check the chat real quick to see who's watching, to see who commented in the chat. Hey, we got the A-list. What's up, the A-list? Terry Murray. What's up, guys? Glad to see you guys. I'm glad you guys watched my review. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Thank you all for watching my review, man. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate you all for supporting me and my channel. Please continue to do so, man. And if we can get up to 200 subscribers, man, I can do a special bonus video for you all. I can do some stuff for you all that you want me to do. Or maybe I can stream some WWE 2K20 for a surprise, for a change. And do whatever matches you want to see on the game. As long as it don't fucking lag. Because if it lags, at this point, you might as well say it ain't got no swag. And I ain't gonna drag either. I'm gonna put that in the bag. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm gonna tag it. And then I'm gonna be like, tag, you're it. I'm just joking. But seriously. So, I'm gonna have an Ingram Wrestling News video dropping on what to expect on tonight's Monday Night Raw. So be prepared to see that, because that video is gonna be dropping today, and then I'm gonna have another Ingram Wrestling News video dropping this week. It's gonna be on Wednesday. It's gonna be on, you know, what to expect on this week's NXT. I already done a video on what to expect on that show, but actually, you know what? No, I already done a video on that. Actually, the video on there on what to expect on this week's NXT, that video is on my channel, as a matter of fact. So, if you missed the video on what to expect on this week's NXT, be sure you go check it out, man. It's on there. I did that about maybe 1 or 2 days ago. So, not only am I going to have an Ingram Wrestling News video on what to expect on tonight's Raw, but I'm also going to have an Ingram Wrestling News video on whatever I see, whatever WWE superstar I can do an Ingram Wrestling News on. I'm going to actually check out Ringside News' articles. I'm going to check out the articles, some of the WWE, some of the wrestling community websites. I'm going to check out their articles to see what Ingram Wrestling News video I can do. But I know I got an Ingram Wrestling News video dropping on what to expect on tonight's Raw. So that's all I know at this point. I don't know what other Ingram Wrestling News videos I'm doing yet. I don't know what Ingram Wrestling News videos I'm coming up with yet. But if I come up with what Ingram Wrestling News video that I'm doing news on, I will let you all know on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter at Ingram Wrestling. I'll let you all know on Twitter. So I'm getting the fuck out of here. So folks, have a good day. I hope you enjoyed this review. I tried to make this the best review possible. I'm out of here. Peace. Those of you that joined my stream, that commented in the chat, thank you. I appreciate it. I see your comments. Nothing much. Elitis, man. The pay-per-view was pretty good. It was solid. It was okay. I'm not gonna. It wasn't good. It wasn't the greatest, but it was okay. It was solid. Terry Murray, I'm glad to hear that you're a 1-year veteran to this channel, man. That's great to hear, brother. That is great to hear, man. All right, folks.